Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And the first news for this week is how the Atlas of Worlds launch went, and basically GGG had to fix a lot, and I mean a lot of bugs that came out, because obviously with their QA team they cannot test as much as million players are doing right now. So there's a lot of hot fixes and a couple of bigger patches like this one. You can see all of the bug fixes that have gone down. So now the game is in a pretty good state. I think the launch, beside the couple of hiccups that it had right at the start, I think the launch went pretty smoothly. Some players might have ripped due to a couple of bugs, but they are fixed now, so that's pretty good. Also, GGG released a couple of community builds, or I say release, but they kind of made a compendium out of the builds posted on the forums. So for example, the Lich Queen is a skeleton summoner build made by Gazi, who is a notorious streamer who always plays summoner builds, so that's a pretty safe bet. There's also War Chief Totem Axe build. War Chief Totems are pretty damn good, although it's a totem build of course, so that might not be your thing, but it's definitely strong. It's also made by Leafy Nerdbro, so another very well-known player. It's Firestorm build, self-found possible. Yeah, of course it's a spell, so pretty much all the spells can be self-found. Maybe not all, but definitely Firestorm can. And it's also pretty strong and pretty easy to play at the beginning, so definitely check this one out if Firestorm is your thing. Lion Eyes build, so utilizing a special unique bow, which I'm not sure about the cost, but probably doesn't cost too much. And if you are a fan of the bow, that's definitely the build for you. Last is a Crit Staff Marauder, using pretty much any of the AoE skills from that staffs can use, which are like, I don't know, Sweep or Earthquake or whatever else comes to your mind. That's definitely a good and strong build. It's crit, so it's definitely very strong. Of course you're not going to look that good unless you got the right MTX, but still your build is going to wreck everything. Also the post with images and this kind of headers is it's much better than it usually used to be, so props to GGG for actually upping up their games. Also on mmorpg.com there are a weekly kind of news roundup, so if you really need some more news you can go there. But I mean, if you've been checking my videos or if you've been reading Reddit and checking the forums, there's probably no need to go there, because it's not like they have exclusive news on anything. It's just a weekly recap, much useful like the one I'm doing right now. Also, if you actually had the chance to play, one of the first things you might have noticed are the new loading screen, which are absolutely amazing. And I mean, look at this: Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 and Act 4. There are different ones then when you get into maps, hideouts and all this kind of stuff, but these 4 ones are so good, and people instantly asked for the wallpaper versions. GGG said they would be released sometimes later, and here they are. You can actually click on them, just get the full resolution. You can see it's absolutely huge, and yeah, you can just set it on your desktop just like I did. It's pretty damn good. Also, we got an actually complete patch. First, with general improvements, drop rate of silver coins has been increased. I found myself starving of silver coins before the patch. Now I'm starting to accumulate them. Although, to be honest, this is not Prophecy League, so I kind of liked it earlier. Just like, you see a silver coin and you're like, oh yeah, now you can do a prophecy. Right now, with the new drop rate, it's kind of like, oh, I got another coin, just like another prophecy, and it kind of feels like Prophecy League once again, kind of feels like another chore, but that's just me. People actually enjoy doing prophecies, so that's good for everyone else. Also, the drop rate of Cartographer's Sextant has been increased, and this is an absolute joke. I am level 83.5 and I have seen one single cartographer sextant. One single one. I mean, how it's almost 2 days of gameplay, actually it's 1 day and a half of gameplay, and I only saw one sextant. This feature, this item, as far as I'm concerned, might as well not exist, because they are so rare that even when you drop one, it's like, oh yeah, and then you forget about it. You put it in your stash and you don't even use it because you got only one. What if you waste it? So I don't really understand why GGG decided to go this route. It feels like they couldn't balance them, or they couldn't test them far enough. I mean, they could have just kind of changed something, made them more common and just reduced the effect they had or the charges they had or whatever. Because as they are now, they might as well literally not exist. But yeah, that's enough of my rant. There's also a lot of more interesting things, like Zana maps now actually count as you doing the map, so they can actually drop higher tier maps, which previously could not, so it was kind of a waste of time, except of course for the Zana's XP, which you need anyway for your daily chores. I mean, daily quests, yeah, sure. Also, killing a monster with 5 essences will grant achievement for killing mobs with 4 or fewer essences. It's pretty strange that didn't actually do it before, but I guess killing a monster with 5 essences is extremely, and I mean extremely rare. According to ZiggyD, when he was at GGG, they made a kind of a test, they simulated a test with a tool, and the chances of a player encountering 4 essences was really, really rare, so corrupting it into 5 essences is like absolutely incredibly rare. Someone actually did, and well, this is why the fix is here. Improve totem AI when used with Flame Blast, so that when it basically when the Flame Blast is at 10 stacks, the totem stops channeling and the Flame Blast goes off. So there was an incredible video on Reddit of Hierophant with 3 totems, and it was absolutely amazing. Totems just endlessly casting 10 stacks Flame Blast. That's definitely very, very strong and also very, very fun build to do. That might actually be good for next leagues, although they might nerf it. We'll see about that. I mean, might actually be good. I don't actually know how strong it is, but it definitely felt really fun just by watching a video. Also, of course, a lot of fixes, because it's still the second week of the league and there's a lot of fixes yet to be done. But the game is always in a better condition, and it's really, really fun, because the Atlas of War is extremely interesting in itself with all the new things. There's a lot of content to actually explore and enjoy. So yeah, I guess that was all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host, Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.